What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Stacy the Intuitive, and I wanted to come here and give a nice little thought transmission because I know the power of thought transmission. Essentially, I give you just like kind of a mindset, a way of thinking, a form of consciousness that will help you to shift. And I really wanted to do this one on freedom, okay? No matter where you are, we're going to shift into the energy of freedom, right? Because I was just having this moment, and a lot of the time I think about one of my biggest goals in life to be freedom. To be freedom, freedom, freedom. I want to be free to do what I want, to feel what I want, to be what I want. And with that, it can be hard in this society where there's so many imposed restrictions, even as it relates to our work and our style of leisure and things that we do. It can be hard to feel truly free, but I'm going to offer this transmission so that we may all sink into this energy of freedom, no matter where we are, no matter what our circumstances, because at the end of the day, we are free, okay? Let's gloss up. Let's get into it, okay? You are free. I am free. And it feels so good to be free. You know how we're free? You're free to be who you want to be. You're free to think how you want to think. You're free to embody as you would like to embody. Sorry, I got the 10% warning. You're free to embody as you would like to embody. You're free to walk this earth knowing who you are, grounded in that sense of who you are, something that no one can take away from you. They can take away your body, they can take away anything, but they cannot take away your spirit. They cannot take away your essence. You are free. And with these types of thought transmissions, guys, I want to make it clear to you that the best way to evoke more freedom in your life is to recognize that you are already free. The best way for us to become available for certain energies to come through in our life is to grab hold of the little ways that it already happens. And so that's why it's so important to be able to sink into that. But like I said, it can be very hard. I'm just now coming to this. I've had this goal, and this is the first time that I'm truly feeling like, okay, I'm emotionally available to the emotion of freedom in this present moment, no matter where I am. And I might have thought that I would be at a different place when I would get here, but I've reached it at this place because I always thought it was a destination that was going to make me feel free. But really, it's just a state of being. You are free in your state of being. That is something that no one can take away from you. And I really want you to sink deep into that. Think about what it means to be you. Think about the way that you think, the thoughts that are conjured from your very mind. Think about the way that you perceive when your friends tell you a story and you're the only one who thinks the way that you think, and so too with them. In every single walking moment, as we allow ourselves to breathe the air, as we allow ourselves to sink into this present, to observe, to be an energy that occupies this earth, we experience freedom. No matter what job you're going to, when you're there, you do not cease to be you. And let's even talk about it in this way, because the people who might feel like they have to perform, maybe you feel like you have to perform at work and you're like, I don't want to be there because I want to be free. No matter what, when you are privately in your thoughts, when you are sitting, when you are walking into your job, no matter what, in those conversations, there is a version of you. In any conversation, there is a version of you who is seated in the seat of your essence, in the seat of your consciousness, in the seat of your sense of self that cannot be taken away, regardless. If you feel like you have had to show up inauthentically, if you feel like you have been showing up inauthentically, no matter what, you are still free. You are free to choose you moment to moment. And you don't need anyone to validate that. You don't need anyone to tell you that you are being you or that you are free to be you, because you are being you from the very moment that you are you, from the very thoughts of even, inauthenticity that plague your mind. The way that those thoughts of inauthenticity come through are because of your authentic self that is irreplaceable, that is essential, that cannot be taken away from every single thing that you do. Okay? You are free. You are free to be. Being does not even necessarily mean showing up in a certain way or speaking. It means just sitting and being. Sink into that feeling that you are free. Okay? I am free. I'm free no matter what. As I walk this earth, I am free. I am a sovereign being. I exist regardless of anything else. I exist independently of anything else, right? My sense of being happens without the imposition or influence of anything else. And so too, that is with you. Okay? I really just want you guys to sink into this, because if you can sink into this, you can start attracting more and more and more freedom into your life, right? You're free to conjure up the type of reality that you would like, regardless of your circumstance. The reality, the very nature of the reality that you imagine is a reflection of your freedom, because it comes about regardless of anything else, independently of anything else. Okay? You are free. I am free. We are free. Allow yourself to feel your consciousness, seeing those barriers dissolve, seeing those limitations dissolve. I feel it. Prior to this, I would have thought, I'll be free when I'm financially free. I'll be free when I have the freedom of time. And while those things are true, the most important freedom is the immaterial freedom, the freedom that exists regardless of everything else. And it is because of that essential freedom that we attain true freedom. You can have it all, but be lacking freedom, guys. And that's something that I really want to tune into, because the fact of the matter is there are a lot of celebrities and people who find themselves reaching what we would deem as freedom, but lo and behold, they are still chained because of the confines that exist within their mind, because of the confines that they have placed on their sense of self, and that they didn't prioritize this freedom within the self, this freedom of essence, this freedom of energy. And even that is an illusion, mind you. That's what we're getting at here. The lack of the perception of a lack of freedom is an illusion. But the people who fall into that illusion and things like that oftentimes fall due to the way that they think. And no matter how much money or financial freedom they have, they end up finding themselves lacking freedom because of the friend groups they find themselves in, the group, the contracts they've signed and things like that. But that is not you. You realize that you're free. You realize what true freedom is. You realize what acknowledging this type of freedom will bring you. You realize that it's this very mental, spiritual, energetic freedom that will be the very thing that makes you available to all other types of freedom in a real way, so that it can truly be experienced. When you attach your freedom to experiences, you put yourself in a container where your sense of being is attached to those things. And your being is way too big to be placed in a container, unless it's a container created by God, of course. Right? You are the container. You place things in, and you decide what to take out. You are free. And from this moment, you will start believing that you are free and knowing that you are free. And you will go forth and you will take choices that are a reflection of that freedom. And maybe you'll be going to your job tomorrow that you don't want to go to, but you'll sit at your desk or you'll walk around, whatever, the floor of your job, and you'll think to yourself, I'm free. You'll remember this. You'll remember this version of you that has dissolved all those confines, all of those limitations. And you'll just be, and you'll realize that everything external to you is illusory outside of this essential part of you, that nothing can take away from that true freedom. And like I said, you will start making choices that are a reflection of that freedom, and you'll experience freedom from that point like never ever before, from within and so without, the way it should be. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this transmission helped. I was just feeling it. I started tuning in. I was like, I gotta share this with the people. You're freer than you think. You are freer than you could ever think. And today starts that. Today begins your journey to freedom.